Hello everybody. Since it's been a while since I've done one of these, I thought I would use some of my time off I have this week to do another kind of a vlog update. Kind of tell you what's been going on with me and the channel and stuff. First thing I want to mention is one thing that's been going on. I have had some medical issues that have been causing chronic pain since around the end of February. So if it feels like I haven't really been myself on social media and things like that, that's pretty much why. If anyone's ever lived with chronic pain, it's no fun, and you know how exhausting it can be, because when the pain is on, like it was constant 24 hours a day when it first started, and it makes it hard to focus because your brain is basically saying you're hurting, you're hurting, you're hurting, you're hurting constantly. Like there's like this low-level process in your brain that's constantly running, reminding you of the pain, and your body is reacting to the pain, and it just gets physically and mentally exhausting dealing with it. It is getting better. Hopefully I'm on the uptick on healing from it. But I just wanted to if it feels like things have kind of slowed down here lately, that's most of the reason why. I've been trying to kind of ramp up production in the past couple of weeks, but for a long time it was like, I have a limited amount of time to even do stuff for the channel, and when it comes that time and I'm in pain, the last thing I want to do is try and be entertaining and play something for you guys. So that's why things have kind of slowed down. Get the kind of sad thing out of the way. One thing I'm pretty happy that I'm able to kind of ramp up production, because I looked into Sony Vegas a little bit, and I learned that you can do a thing called batch rendering, and that allows you to just edit a bunch of videos, basically chop them up into regions, and you can render each region as its own file. Being able to do that, I can just sit down, edit an entire chunk of video stuff, and then render them, and immediately after, well, not immediately, it takes about between like 4 and 8 hours, depending on how much there is and which computer I decide to render on. But yeah, I mean, within a couple of days, I could have 2 or 3 weeks worth of stuff to post. So that has helped a lot. A funny thing that kind of happened about a week or so ago. So our room doesn't have very much in the way of storage space for all of my old retro games and stuff on my PS2 and PS1 and older games, Sega games. So a few months back, Jess put up these nice shelves above our bed, and all of my game cases and cartridges and stuff were up on those shelves. The other day, I came home, I was pretty exhausted from work, so I decided to lay down and take a nap. I'm pretty much asleep. I'm kind of in that weird, not quite dreaming state, but not fully awake. And so I hear a loud crash. Thanks a lot, asshole. Anyway, I hear a loud crash, and suddenly my head's hurting. And I wake up, and I'm like covered in game cartridges and stuff. Apparently, the middle shelf just fell out of the wall, dumped all of its contents, knocked the bottom shelf, which didn't actually fully fall from the wall, but it tilted it to where, it dumped all of its contents also, basically on top of my head. I didn't get any sort of injury, so I'm fine. It was just a little sore for a while, but I thought that was kind of funny. And I'll throw pictures up to kind of illustrate what I'm talking about. And I'll go ahead and throw pictures up in this vlog for some stuff that I wanted to talk about. So I'm sure the game I decide to play isn't probably all that interesting to watch anyway. So that brings me to the next topic. I had my birthday this past Sunday, as of this recording, and Jess and I went to go see Cars 3. Now, I don't know if any of you know this, but I am actually a big fan of Cars 1. And I know a lot of people would say, oh, it's the worst Pixar movie and all that bullshit. I mean, it's as a car guy, I love the Cars movies because I love the attention to detail and things that you don't get unless you know, at least a bit about cars and racing and things like that. And people are like, how do they build all this stuff if none of them have hands? And where's their brain located and all this other, trying to get into the details. And it's like, just I don't give a shit. Just enjoy the movie. Don't gotta pick it apart. Anyway, I didn't see Cars 2. I don't really have an opinion on Cars 2, but I have not heard a single positive thing about that movie. So I'm kind of leery on whether or not I want to actually see it. But I remember when the trailer came out for Cars 3 and, people tried to play it off as like, oh, it's Pixar saying that millennials are bad and millennials are just trying to take over and all this bullshit. And of course it's not that. It's more of a coming to terms with your age, passing the torch, and just kind of showing that both young and old still have a lot to learn from each other. And it's basically that movie. It's not super unpredictable, but like I said, their attention to detail and all the little car nods and motorsports nods and stuff like that speaks to me. So I really like the Cars movies for that. One thing that was kind of interesting was they didn't acknowledge the second movie at all in Cars 3. So that to me says that basically this is actually Cars 2. Also, I'll throw up some pictures for this. I'll show off some of the gifts that I got for my birthday. Get the ridiculous one out of the way first with one of those wrist cushion mouse pads with a picture of May, who is my favorite Overwatch character. Not to play, just favorite in general. I don't know why. I don't know if can't really put my finger on why May would be my favorite character. But anyway, roommate also gave me this cool Beanie Baby style bear, even though it's not from Thai and it's not a Beanie Baby. But it's an official NFL licensed thing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And because, they're my favorite football team. And the cool thing about it is this was made, it was a limited run back in the year 2000. And they only ever made 2,000 of these. And mine is officially number 550. So, and what's notable about this is this was right as they were coming off the 1999 season, where they nearly won against they nearly won the AFC Championship against the Tennessee Titans. But the Tennessee Titans cheated, so I will always hate the fucking Tennessee Thumbtacks. But also, one thing that's even cooler is Jess got me a Jacksonville Jaguars commemorative football that is signed by Blake Bortles, who is the current quarterback for Jacksonville Jaguars. So this is probably the coolest collectible that I've ever gotten. And this is the best birthday I've had in years. And also as a birthday gift to myself, I basically took this whole week off from work. Because work has just been crazy stressful lately, and I needed this time off. And I figured the time between mine and Jess's birthdays would probably be the best. So I'm using this time off to do stuff like this vlog, catching up on doing stream highlights for some of my old streams. You can find those streams on Samurai Pixel Streams on YouTube, and also follow us on Noiseless Mound on Twitch if you want to see us live. We also lately I've been trying to record our Let's Plays live on Twitch. I'm not going to do highlights of those because I'm cutting them up into Let's Play episodes anyway, so there's no point. But I am doing old streams as highlights, so you can kind of see what I think are the most amusing parts of each one. So, other than that, that's all I could really think about to talk about off the top of my head. I appreciate watching this far, and y'all take care.